Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Welcome back.
So one great experience during our pilot program was the very first day when the students came to school. After we did our check-in, they literally skipped and hopped and jumped back to the classroom, found their new seats in the classroom, and started their routine. Just like always, it really showed how much they missed being at school and how excited they were to be back.
It feels great to be back in the classroom, working face-to-face with kids. I don't think there's any substitute to in-class teaching. You know, you get so much information from just being with the kids around, you know, how they're doing, you know, how they're feeling.
With all the protocols that came through, we were able to develop a pilot program where we got to return on June 4th. And what a difference. The kids are now challenged again and interacting and engaged with their friends, and staff is happy. It was an adjustment though.
I do feel safe. I mean, if you look, I don't know if you want to show, but we have basically students are separated and they have a little tape around their area so that they know that's their space and they're not supposed to leave that space unless they're doing something, like going to the bathroom or washing their hands or something like that. With the masks and taking people's temperatures, I don't feel concerned. I have a father that lives with me who's 91, and so he would be definitely at risk for catching COVID. And so I'm having taken that into account with all the hand washing and just doing all the things. I feel like we're going to be okay.
I feel completely safe in the classroom in terms of, you know, the practices that we're putting in place: social distance, increased hygienic practices, you know, and the use of masks. The students are learning how to do these things, and it is a learning process. I mean, we have to remember our own personal safety while we're developing these safety skills in class. But, you know, keeping that in mind, moving forward as a class, it feels wonderful to be back.
Another highlight was when two of my students who were still at home, and when we would Zoom with them, they would just be so excited to see their classmates at school and vice versa. The kids that were in the classroom would just light up. They would be so excited to talk with each other and ask questions like, what are you doing at home? What did you do today? What are you going to do tonight? It was really, really adorable to see them.
Helping a kid on the screen trying to do a yoga class, and, you know, he kept disappearing from the screen. And I just could not get enough information to help him. And I was just struggling with, you know, what to do next, because I couldn't see how to, you know, what, you know, he was or wasn't doing. I couldn't assess the situation. And if he was here, I would be able to see it much more clearly. And, you know, that was, you know, it was just an example of, you know, how better it is to be, like, how better in-person teaching is. You know, you can see it, you can assess it, you can move forward with it. You know, every time he disappeared from that screen, it was just, you know, now what do I do? Because I don't know what's going on. And, you know, he's struggling with it and I'm struggling with it. And it was just a challenge, you know, so yeah.
It's doable. We have the effort and the work that went into creating these protocols was so comprehensive that it is doable within the classroom. It has now just become part of our daily thing of cleaning and having separate items for each student, but yet still having the energy that's within the classroom is what's so beneficial.
For those of us who are hesitating about coming in back to the classroom, you know, and we're concerned about our safety, you know, I've had COVID. I mean, I was, you know, almost, you know, I was significantly impacted by COVID. I know what COVID is all about. And it's so much more meaningful to, you know, be here with the kids, you know, remembering our safety practices and keeping that in place, you know, really helps to make me feel better about being back with the kids. I don't feel at all like I'm in danger here. I feel like, I'm looking to the future and I'm looking forward to developing, my classroom again. And as long as I remember my social practices and my personal safety, I have no reason to believe that, we're not going to be marching forward into a stronger educational community. I'm excited, extremely grateful for, the support that the county office has given us and for the support that Mary Jane Burke has given this classroom, this program, and me. We are not alone in here. We are, surrounded by an administration that looks out for these kids and for, us as, teachers. And I can't thank them enough. These are like incredibly tense times, and people are, concerned, about the challenges moving forward. But I, have, faith, and I trust the decisions of this administration. They're doing right by these kids, and they're doing right by us, and I really appreciate that a lot.